Style. Style is the answer to everything. A fresh way to approach a dull or dangerous thing. To do a dangerous thing with style is what I call art.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Refuge Tea here, back with another video for you guys. How is everybody doing today on this fine Wednesday? Midweek Wednesday, Hub Wednesday. I have a yarn review for you. But before we get into today's video, let's get into some admin and intro stuff. I gotta put this stuff down. If you don't know, now you know. You can find me on Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook, also on Etsy. All underneath my Granny's Closet 3Gs. If you guys are interested in purchasing all of my items that I make and sell at my farmer's market, I do now have them on my Etsy shop and on my Facebook page. Now, they're under two different names, so I'll explain that. My Facebook page is my Granny's Closet 3G, okay? That is where I have all my listings. I try my best to post every day. On my Etsy shop, it's my Granny's Closet 3Gs, just like my group page. No spacing, add the S on the end. You can find me there and on my group page, because that is where we go to congregate and conversate about all things yarny and crafty goodness. If you guys have a question about farmers market setups and pricing, you can go ahead and ask those there. If you have a question about an Etsy shop that you want to build up, my admin, Andrea, will be more than happy to assist you with that and answer those questions as well. If you are new here, a returning subscriber, thank you for joining me today. You're wonderful. You're wonderful. I really do appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Have no idea. The love, mad, crazy support that I get from you guys is just amazing. So thank you for sticking around. Okay, you guys, I am wearing, once again, I don't wear this one very often because I want to savor the beautiful blue color of this. It is Blue Beetle. And I have just been inspired to make a poncho or make a hexie cardi, which is what I was trying to say the last time I did a yarn review. And I kept saying an octagon shaped cardigan or so. Woo, guys. Somebody should have just said, hello, Refuge. Hexie Cardi here. I'm inspired where every t-shirt that I wear, I want to make something with the colorway, because these t-shirts that I wear live in my space. You guys know I'm a character t-shirt kind of person. I seem to get one new shirt every couple of weeks, and actually I haven't had a new shirt since my husband bought this for me for Valentine's Day. He actually didn't want me to tell anybody that he bought this for me for Valentine's Day, and I was like, why? He knows my heart. He knows I love printed t-shirts, and this Blue Beetle t-shirt, I had been on Amazon just searching and searching, and I had clicked on this one. And it just so happened that they sold it at Walmart, and he went and he bought it for me. And I was like so excited that I had to wear it the same day. He was like, it's such a stupid gift. I want to get you like everything. I want to give you the world. And I'm like, I know, but this is what I like. How many of you out there, raise your hand, have husbands that are thoughtful like that? Just, they know the simple cheapy things is what gets you. And I was like, baby boy, husband of mine, my beastie. That was it. That was it. All right, you guys, now that we have the admin and intro stuff all done and out the way, let's get into today's video. You guys, we're going to get into some ordering online website yarns, like big name yarns like Premier, Hobbii, and Ice yarns. I've had these yarns for quite some time. I don't know how long I've had the Premier yarn. I think I've had the Premier yarn since 2020. And also the Hobbii yarn since 2020. And the Icers. You know what? When the shutdown happened and we couldn't leave our homes, everybody was ordering. So that's when I grabbed all this stuff in 2020. Now that I think about it. So let's get into this. Okay, you guys, so I have had these cakes of yarn for, I think, about 3, maybe 4 years. I bought them a while ago, and it's part of the Halloween collection from back then. Now, the reason why I got these, of course, is because of another YouTuber. Alt Knots, it's your fault if you ever see this video. The reason why I bought these is because you buy things all dark and Halloween-y. And Halloween is when I rev up my engines and watch nothing but Alt Knots, because she just puts me in the mood for everything Halloween. And she is the reason why I collect these cups, especially these little baby cups, my little keychains. So I met a representative at the Rhinebeck Yarn Festival when I went out to New York, in Boston and Chicago. When I went there, I met a representative. I actually met the owners, two of the ladies who are the main, like, I don't know, CFO, CEO, you know, creative minds over Hobbii. I did not know how to pronounce it. And they're like, oh, it's Hobbii. I was like, what? Really? Because I say Hobbii. They say it's Hobbii. I don't know if I'm getting it wrong, but I have them on Instagram, and I always have to remind myself the pronunciation. Not like I have the opportunity to say it every day, but every once in a while, when I'm trying to figure out what I want to say with these, I go to their Instagram page. So this one, it has a center pull. Okay, you guys can see I have not messed with this, and I've been very, very afraid to. Center pulls are there. This is a cotton keen. This has 200 grams, 7.0 ounces, 800 meters, 874 yards. It is 100% bow mold, which is cotton. And you need to use a 2.5 or 3.5 millimeter crochet hook for this. So I grabbed my handy dandy potato pillar here, 3.5 millimeter crochet hook. I always reference I Love Lucy. Now, for a 3.5-4 millimeter crochet hook, my mistake, you use a 2.5, 3.5 millimeter knitting needles. It is a too fine. You can wash it, don't dry it, don't iron it, don't bleach it. And it's made in India. Pretty cool. India. So you know it's nice. It's very dense. It's very heavy. Now I didn't know which one I wanted to do, but I like this one. I grabbed the yellow one because look at that halo of just steel blue there. It's got like that smoky gray. Oh, and my book right here. Oh, yes. Would totally match this. Drop my hook. Now I told you guys, I've been in the mood to crochet my t-shirts, but I started crocheting stuff that matches my books now. And I'm putting it on my book talk or my bookstagram. Yeah. Okay. So I just wanted to give you guys a forewarning. If you hear children in the background, my kids are on spring break, so please forgive me. All right. So let's get into this one, you guys. This one is, let's see, what is this one called? Dalia Halloween. 100% cotton as well. This one is the same. Maybe not. 200 grams, 7 ounces, 800 meters, 874 yards. It's a fine number 2. 2.5 to 3.5 millimeter knitting needles. A 3.5 to 4 millimeter crochet hook, which we have a 3.5 right here. Same thing. You can wash it. Don't dry it. Don't bleach it. You can iron it. Oh, interesting. You can iron this. Look at that. I'm not lying. It says it doesn't X out the iron. Okay, please forgive that fingernail right here. It is broken. I just didn't want it to break all the way halfway down my nail. So I've been filing it down, putting glue, filing it, putting glue, filing it. Trying to build up my nail bed right now. So just a little information for you guys. Ready, guys? Here we go. Taking the tab out. Oh, right off the bat. I've never tried these yarns before. I've never tried this particular yarn before. Let me go get my pattern book because I want to try the, you know what? Let's see, which one is it? The treasure net shawl would be really good because I'm so obsessed with that pattern right now. I'm going to go get it right now. I've got my current patterns. So usually I keep my patterns in a binder like this, a 3-ring binder. This is just my shawls. I have to get a bigger one actually. This is a 1 inch. I need to get maybe like a 3 inch for my shawls now because this is just half of it. Majority of it is from my girl Joanna Lindahl, which is MIJO Crochet, and she's always linked down below with her Etsy shop, her Instagram, and her Facebook. So this is the treasure net scarf that I have that I'm working on currently in a different project, but we're gonna go to the treasure net shawl. Now oh, that's the Hypatia. Look at the Hypatia, so beautiful. What I do with my patterns, oh, there's the macaw wing shawl. Where is my treasure net shawl? When I do my, oh, here it is. When I do my patterns, anything that I'm currently working on goes in this green binder here, and I switch it out and I put it back, put my patterns back in the binder that they belong in. So there's a little organizing tip for you. So just you don't have to take out your giant binder of patterns and, you know, sit there with this huge book in your hands. For me, I use this, and Myra bought me this really cool for Christmas. She gifted me this really cool book stand, and it has these metal prongs that chill out right here, and then you lift them and they hold the pages down. That's what I use for my patterns. That's what I use for my books when I'm reading a physical book. But I am going to try out this treasure net shawl on, I don't currently have my table in front of me because my camera's right here. So let us get into this, but it's already tangled right here. The center pole is all messed up. It's kind of inevitable sometimes, but with strands of yarn like this, it's a little difficult to get it to move and groove for you. Oh lordy. Oh, there it goes. All right, now when I'm talking about this type of style of yarn, it's not twisted. You see all of those strands, they're untwisted, they're just chill like that. I'm not sure I'm a fan of that. I've never had to deal with yarn like that before. In my mind right now, I see myself pulling all of these apart, or maybe just pull them down the center and have one here and make it a super fine one or a one. Because, let's see. Oh goodness. There's what it looks like. It's a super fine one, which is what I normally am used to working with. You guys can see this right here. This is a little bit more thicker than that, but, and this is Summer Nights by Lion Brand. So there it goes. So let's try it out. I'm going to leave that in there. We're going to speed right through the beginning of this. All right, you guys. So let me do my slip knot. I don't think I'm fully prepared for this. Alrighty then. There we go. We got it. Okay, now that we've got the beginning started, here is my issue. It split several times when I was trying to do it. I had to undo it again because that was my fault. But it keeps bunching up and keeps getting tangled here. I'm not a fan of that. it's a little rough around the edges. I mean, if you wash it, I'm pretty sure that the softness, just like Red Heart, it feels like old school Red Heart. That's what this feels like. This cotton is not soft at all. It doesn't feel like it could be a wearable, but I am a shawl person. You guys know that. I have like 200 shawls already in the making. Maybe 4 or 5 of them in the process. I am just working this up. I don't know if I'm a fan of this yarn. Now, here's the thing. I love Hobbii yarn. I am a huge fan of Hobbii yarn. I am not a huge fan of cotton. And I'm saying Hobbii. And it's not Hobbii, it's Hobbii. I'm trying to remember my darn pattern here, or the darn pattern here. Now, I thought it was going to be a lot more splitting than this, but turns out I only had it split twice. Now, granted, it was my fault. It took me forever because I was trying to remember the pattern, even though it's right in front of my face. And I think the fact that I'm on camera, there's more pressure on me to get this done faster. So I am not good at it. You guys see, I struggled a little bit. So I am trying my best to stay focused here. And when I go off memory more than I go off the words on the page, they kind of clash together, and then I mix the two up, and then the words don't make sense to me, and all I see is because there's certain areas in her writing where she puts things in bold lettering, and the bold lettering is what shoots out at my eyes, and that's what I was focusing on. So I messed up quite a bit. But here I am right now finishing up. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th row. And this is the treasure net shawl. And this is the part that is kind of got me a little worried, is when I'm at the end and I got to dig my hook into that, that end space right here, that last little knot right here at the end where it's in the chain spaces. And that's got me a little frazzled here. So it makes me go a little bit slower. But, I mean, for what it's worth, Hobbii did an amazing job with the colorway. I love the colorway. I fell in love with the colorway. I'm pretty sure when I'm done with it, it's going to look gorgeous. Absolutely phenomenal, the coloring. The only thing that I have issues with is that this cotton is too rough. It seems a little stiff, but you know what, I'm not caring right now because it's cotton. It's gonna be breezier in the summertime, and when spring is coming, or it's here, then it's gonna be lightweight fabric or a lightweight garment on your person, and it's gonna feel like you have nothing on. Aside from maybe the possible scratchiness. Now, if you do wash it, you can wash it. And it said you can wash it, no drying for this one. You can iron it. So I don't know. When I iron my stuff, that seems out kind of stiffy. So I don't know. The pool's coming out pretty well. I mean, it's doing its best. I'm okay with this one. I'm not a fan of the roughness, but I have to wait to see the finished product, and then I can get a better feel for it. I mean, the more I go along, the more flexible and pliable the creation is coming out. Like, these rows are, the farther along I go, feel a little bit more flexible, as opposed to just really stiff, and it doesn't look like it's going to be forgiving when it comes to the skin. So, and I'm a sensitive skin kind of person, so that is what I look for when I work on projects for my customers. But if it's not going to, I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened there. All right, so let's set this one aside and let's move on to the next yarn. All right, you guys, so the next yarns I'm going to be looking at is this Premier Classics Shades. The person or the YouTuber that I found out about these is Cinnamon Stitches. Now, you guys know Cinnamon Stitches likes the neon bright yarns as well, and I was just so into it. Look at that. Neon bright yarn. Fabuloso. This is not Premier, but their sister website, Universal Yarns, but you could still find Universal Yarns on the Premier website. You just have to pull that, you know, click on the 3 lines, pull that drop box down, and then you scroll down to Universal Yarns. It takes you to that website, that secondary sister website, and it'll pull up these and all the other Premier neon bright yarns. These right here, these yarns and this shawl is Premier yarns. Same time I purchased this is when I purchased these bad boys here. Now the only thing missing is the pink and the blue. I don't know if they have the blue, but I have the magenta, the yellow, the orange, and the green. Now, I made this on the plane rides, the multiple plane rides that I had going to New York or going to Chicago and then going to Boston. Okay, so let's get into this yarn. Now, for this yarn, I did grab my neon green hook. It is a little bit on the chunky side. I'm thinking it might be a 4. I'm thinking it might be a 4. Let's see. It's 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 197 yards, 180 meters, medium weight, 70% acrylic, 30% wool. No wonder it's a little scratchy. When I first bought this, I didn't do anything with it. It was just too scratchy for me. And I was just like, I'm not going to use it. Okay, so knitters, 5mm knitting needles, crocheters, 5.5mm crochet hooks. You can machine wash it. You can dry it. You cannot iron or bleach it. Okay. Oh, it says lay flat to dry. Not dry it. Don't dry it. It's made in Turkey. Like I said, it's Universal Yarns. And this is called Neon Kaleidoscope. Now, when Cinnamon's, I think her name is Jennifer, when Jennifer from Cinnamon Stitches showed this off, I was like, dude, you guys, I gotta get this. You know I am a neon brat. And when I grabbed it, it wasn't what I expected. I wanted it to be really soft and wearable for the beanies, but it's wool. And I'm not allergic to, but it irritates my hands. So it doesn't give, it just says it's a medium weight yarn. It doesn't give a number, but I'm going to say it's a 3 medium weight. Look at that. A 3 medium weight. So I have one here that I already did a center pull out of because I had wanted to try it out, but the minute I tried it out, I was done. I didn't try it out after all. I felt it and I was like, oh, let's just do your standard granny square with this. Now I'm using a 6.5mm crochet hook, which I found fitting. It is slightly on the chunky side. I didn't want to use a regular 6mm hook because it seemed like if I would have used it, it would have been a little bit too tight. So let's see what we can get done with this. Now, you know, maybe I should do a hexie-cardi. I got the name right this time, you guys. It's not an octagon. Okay, let's do beginnings of a hexie-cardi. Okay, so it's slightly, it might just hook, so let's keep going and see.
1, 2, 3, go!
Again. It might be, oh, it's split. It might be just the hook, you guys. Because these bigger hooks right here, these neon ones from Clover, these ones are plastic and they're very smooth, so it might just be the hook when it keeps slipping. Ah. Let's crochet till the color change and see how this does. I don't think it's the hook, I think it's the yarn. It keeps slipping. Oh, and look, we got yarn on it. Okay, so this has a little bit of a halo around it. You could see that dirty halo, and I say dirty halo because when the yarn starts to shred like that on the surface, it melds together with all the other colors and it looks like it's dirty. Now, forgive me for that honesty. That seems so mean, okay? And I apologize for it. But the one thing I have with roving yarns or with yarns that have halos is this right here, where the yarn just wraps around because it's rubbing together from being pulled out of the center, and it just tangles around a bunch of yarn until you get your shears and you cut it. You can totally tell that I'm a hairstylist. I said shears instead of scissors. So that's the one thing that I don't like, and it's so hard to get out. I don't have my scissors right now, so I'm just gonna rip that. There we go. Came out with no ripping, so that's a plus. If it gets stuck, you know where you're going with it. Or if it gets stuck, you know it's not gonna give you issues. Looks like the color change is coming, which is the neon green. Let's try to finish this. Let's try to get to the color change. So I hit the color change. I'm right here at the beginning and it just keeps slipping so much. I'm so frustrated with this. It's pushing my limits, pushing my limits. All right, so I think I'm done with this. I am so frustrated with this yarn. I think I might even try to pick it back up later, but I gotta tell you though, the honest part of it is that I don't feel any rough friction here like I did with that other yarn from Joann's. I didn't even feel that in the Hobbii yarn for the cotton. Now with the wool, I'm always afraid of wool because I'm not allergic, but I get a little irritated with it. I haven't had that problem right now, and if you guys know me, I have uber super sensitive skin. Anything that it just is too rough irritates my skin when I crochet with it. So from my perspective right here with this yarn, I'm okay with it. I will probably, once I get over that irritation of it keeps slipping and not properly functioning for me in the beginning, now that I'm distracted, oh, there it goes again. It was working pretty well for the duration of time that I was speaking with you guys, but it just started to mess up again where my hook slips. Now there it goes. I don't know if it's me, my hook. I'm going too fast. I will try to go a little bit slower and see how I'm pulling my yarn through the loops. And then I will examine it that way. Going slower, it looks like it's doing it right. So maybe it is me. Maybe it's just me and not the yarn. If you guys are interested in purchasing this Premier Neon Kaleidoscope, you guys go pick yours up. I like that fuchsia right there. That blend that goes. This one is just, do you believe in magic? Look at that green. Ah, fabulous. I woke up feeling fabulous. All right, so we're going to be done with this right now. Fiber is flying everywhere from this right here. There's flyaway on this and it's flying everywhere. It's all over my black pants. I'm wearing black sweatpants, like cut off capris, and it's floating everywhere right now. So I'm not a fan of that. All right, let's move on to the next yarn. Okay, you guys, the next one I have here is Ice Yarns. This one is called Baby Twist Rainbow Bee. Here is the number. It is 69001. I got it in the white rainbow and the black rainbow. So I've tried to use this yarn in something. I was gonna make a poncho, so that's why some of it is missing from this one. We'll go with the white one so you guys can see a little bit better. However, I didn't end up making it, and now it's just in a giant bag filled with yarn that I took from my yarn corner that's slowly starting to build up again. And I have to sort through that bag and put everything away. So this yarn, you guys, has a little bit of a halo on it. It is a thick and chunky baby twist. You guys know Krista from the Secret Yarnery. Everybody knows her. She is the one that does all things ice yarns. Now this one, you can wash it, don't bleach it, don't iron it, you just lay flat to dry. I don't know if it has all the specs. It is a bulky 5mm knitting needles, which I'm assuming you can use a 5mm crochet hook as well, but we are going to use a 7mm crochet hook because this is a little bit chunkier than that one, so I went up a neon hook size. It's 50 grams per donut because this is a skein, this is a donut, and this is a cake. Okay, so I just noticed this right off the bat. You could see the yarn or the fluff coming out of there. It looks like it's just wrapped around there. Gonna have to use Now I use ice yarns all the time. I use Picasso, I use Rockstar for my wild oleander hooded scarves. But I have yet to use this one, like I said. So we're going to try this out today. I'm going to see if I can find the center pole. How's that working out for you, Refuge? Not well at all. Let's go with, we're just going to stick with the classic and do a granny square. Not bad, you guys. It's not bad. We are getting to the next row here. I haven't had a slip up. I'm okay with this yarn. It's really soft, actually. I don't like the fact that there's not enough in each ball of yarn. It's 50 grams. And let's see. Oh, I have the little label right here. It's made in Turkey, of course. So it's 70 meters. 50% wool, 85% acrylic. It's almost rubbed off. It's been in my yarn room for so long, and I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it back there in back of me when I used to do my videos in my room, but I don't anymore. Because my room is so filthy. I just don't want to see it. But guess what? Last night, what I did was I went in there and I put a whole bunch of yarn away that was just chilling on the floor. I even organized some of the yarn in the cute cubbies. So I'm slowly but surely trying to get myself back together. Just looking at it stresses me out. Not wanting to go in there stresses me out. And I just need help cleaning that room. I'm like, bleh. I don't even want to try. Just looking at it, it just makes me want to clean it. But at the same time, going through all the steps that I need to go through that are stuck in my brain, that freaks me out big time. refuge doesn't go in the room. And that's bad, but I'm slowly trying to get myself back in the game so that I can get my room under control and I can be a better example to my kids. Because I don't want to be that mom, you know? I don't want to be that mom to where you have to do as I say, not as I do kind of thing. I want to be that kind of great example for the kids. So we're trying, guys. We're trying. All right, so we have a good rhythm going here. Ooh, it slipped. First slip. It didn't slip. It's not slipping as much as it did with the Neon Kaleidoscope for the Universal yarns from Premiere. So I'm saying I'm counting that as a win. And look, I'm still going strong. And I'm glad I chose the 7mm crochet hook because it's working pretty well. I feel like if I would have went any smaller, it would have been a little, oops, slipped again. It would have been a little bit more tighter. With this one, it feels really lightweight, really flexible.
It's so tasty too. Tastes just like candy.
It's so pretty too. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the zebra gum that we used to eat as a kid. Who ate the zebra gum? Yes, I said zebra because zebras come from Africa and that's how you pronounce it in Africa.
That animal in the wild that looks like a horse, it has black and white stripes. It's not zebra, okay? It's zebra. Just like it's not Debra, it's Deborah. Same structure of word. Plus you cannot name them because you do not have them.
Is what Trevor Noah says. If you want to know that, type in Trevor Noah zebra and watch that video, okay? I'll put it here for you. Andrea. All right, you guys, here we go. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my gosh. Now, it's deceptively small. I did, let's see, 4 rows right here with a 7mm crochet hook, and I still have a good amount left. Now, I think I can probably get maybe about another 3 or 4 rows out of this one, and then before diving into another donut. Now, the only other complaint that I have about this, it did slip there at the end, so I only had 2 slips I was counting. But the only other thing that I have issue with is that the fibers are flying everywhere. I'm not a fan of fibers flying, especially with my allergies and my eczema with my nose. They tend to blow into my nose because they're right underneath me. And when you breathe in all those fibers. And when that happens, I start to get really rosy and itchy on my nose. So that's a constant nagging feeling for me when I do crochet with fibers that easily float off the yarn. That is the only thing that I have problems with this one. It didn't really slip too often. So I would rate this one about a 3.5, 4, not quite a 5 out of a 5 ball rating for yarn. This one, it's got to be a 2. It's got to be a 2. Reason being is because it's scratchy. It's got that dirty halo look to it. You guys see that right there on the side here. That dirty looking halo. I'll give it like 100% because it's got neon colors. And I didn't know what was going to happen with it. Now, I knew it was wool. I just didn't know it was going to be this scratchy. The review that I'd seen Cinnamon Stitches do, she rated it amazing. She didn't say that it was like this scratchy, but then again, everybody has their different, likes with texture. And I know that she doesn't have a huge problem with texture because she loves all yarn and she doesn't discriminate. And I love that, but I do. And that's horrible. But all I could say is that you guys purchase your own, form your own opinions, gather your own information, and let me know. As far as the Hobbii yarn that I have here, that I started this amazing treasure net shawl. Now, Fiber Genie, it's not your fault, Fiber Genie. I just said that because fibers are floating and it's irritating my nose. That is it. Have you ever tried any of these yarns? Universal, Premier, Hobbii, Ice, any kind of ice, or Baby Twist in particular, Kaleidoscope in particular, and this amazing Dalia Halloween. Now, these are 4 years old, but they still have these available on the Premier and Universal and the Ice Yarns website. The Halloween ones come once a year, but they still have cotton, 100% cotton cakes on their website. So have you guys tried one of their cakes? How did it go? What did you use? What did you make with any of these if you have purchased them? You guys let me know in the comment section down below. I think my word and verbal vomit is done for the day. I cannot talk anymore. So that is it for me today, you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Have a blessed rest of your Wednesday, a blessed rest of your week, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out. My granny's closet 3 G's. If you're interested in purchasing any of the items that I do make and sell at my farmer's market, you can find it on my group page, or not my group page. I already messed up. Blah, blah, blah. Let's go back. If you're new, returning subscriber, that's until later. Welcome back to why? I just did this like 5 seconds ago and I already forgot what I was supposed to say. Oh yeah, if you don't know, now you know. One of or me, if you have anything. Oh, I did it. So I keep feeling like I'm saying a lot. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh dang it, I dropped my yarn. I can catch it, but I just can't keep it in my hands. There goes my hook. Got my hook. Let's put it right here. You know, it's living its best life, y'all. I'm so dumb. Excuse me. 100. Get it out. 180 millimeters. 180 meters. Say meters. It was kind of an Aka disappointment. Okay, let's get this going. I'm getting a little bit of a weird wig today. And have you tried the Neon Kaleidoscope? Yeah, Neon Kaleidoscope. If not, let me know. If you haven't, if you have, what did you wick?